Jai Sriman Narayana. Jai Sriman Narayana. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagadguru Sudarshan Acharya Ji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayana. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that are watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that are going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. A very special welcome to Lord Sriman Narayana in his descent or avatar in the form of Lord Ram. And together with this is the four forms of Lord Sriman Narayana as per the Pancharatra Agama, which was written by Lord Sriman Narayana himself. So in Treta Yuga, Lord Sriman Narayana manifested as Vasudeva, and from Vasudeva, Lord Ram manifested. From Vasudeva, Sankarsana manifested, and from Sankarsana, Pradyumna manifested, and from Pradyumna, Aniruddha manifested. So these are the four brothers that took their birth in Treta Yuga. Four brothers that took the birth in Treta Yuga, all emanated from Lord Sriman Narayana. So the first brother was Lord Ram, second brother Jessica, Cyril, Ram, next brother Lakshman. Imagine you all so many years with the Guru and you all don't know the four brothers. Lord Ram, Lakshman, Chhatragun and Bharat. Ram, Lakshman, Chhatragun and Bharat. These are the religious manifestations of the Supreme Lord. His spiritual manifestation is Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. Understand? First manifestation, Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. These are the spiritual manifestation of the Supreme Lord. Then from Vasudeva, Lord Ram, from Sankarsana, Lord Lakshman, from Pradyumna, Lord Chhatragun, and from Aniruddha, who's last? Bharat. Understanding? So the Supreme Lord is supremely and structurally efficient and meticulous. Supremely and structurally meticulous. So there has to be a meticulous structure starting right at the top. And the first part of that structure for the creation of these material universes is Lord Sriman Narayana when he goes into the Vasudeva consciousness. And from Vasudeva, Sankarsana, from Sankarsana, Pradyumna, and from Pradyumna, Aniruddha. The pure consciousness is Vasudeva. Then Vasudeva turns into Sankarsana. From Sankarsana we get the ego. From Pradyumna we get the intellect. And from Aniruddha we get the mind. So you are never alone. Besides the first manifestation, Vasudeva, he resides in your soul. He resides in your soul, in the flame of your soul. Vasudeva, as Antaryami, inner controller, resides in the flame of your soul. Then Sankarsana resides in your ego. Ego is born from Sankarsana. That means your identity is born from God. Remember, if you take Sankarsana back to Vasudeva, and then from Vasudeva back to Sriman Narayana, then it is Sriman Narayana himself in the form of Sankarsana who is your identity. Who is your identity. Then you get Chhatragun, who is your intellect. And if you take Chhatragun back, he goes to Sankarsana. If you take Sankarsana back, he goes into Vasudeva. If you take Vasudeva backward, is Lord Narayan. So ultimately, your intellect is the Supreme Lord himself. So your ego is the Supreme Lord. Your identity. Ego means identity. Your identity in its highest form is the Supreme Lord. Your intellect in the highest form is the Supreme Lord. And then you get Aniruddha, who is your mind, who represents your mind. So your mind in the highest spiritual dominion is the Supreme Lord himself. You are never alone. You are, all these structures are material structures, but the Lord is inherent in your material structures. Job of a guru is to make you aware. And when guru makes you aware that your identity is supreme, your intelligence is supreme, your mind is supreme, and if you really believe in what the guru is saying, and if you create an awareness in yourself, so every time you identify yourself, and if you become aware that your identity is supreme, if you become aware that you are, or your intelligence is supreme, and if you become aware that your mind is supreme, then you are an intelligent person. Otherwise, you're just an idiot. You can have 5 PhDs, but you are an idiot. But if you become aware of the faculties that is programmed in you, if you become aware of your own faculties, then you are deemed intelligent. Does it make sense? No use knowing how an atom bomb is created if you don't know your own structure. If you don't know your own structure. So, in this Ramayan week, we are going to look at the Supreme Lord as per spiritual science. There are others around the world who will be looking at this Ramayan week as a soapy, as a soapy. They will be looking for the story of Lord Ram, how he got banished for 14 years, how Ravana stole Sita, and how Hanuman Baba carried the mountain, and how there was a fight in Sri Lanka, how Lanka was burnt. All right? That is called Itihasa, it's history. People with very low intelligence, people with very low intelligence will find solace in the storytelling of God. People of higher intelligence will find solace in the spiritual science of God. So you can put yourself where you want, Jessica, up to you. You can Google the story of Lord Ramayan or Lord Rama. But I'm going to give you the spiritual science aspect of in the Ramayana way. And I'm also going to say and make a declaration in this week that it is Lord Ram who is now Lord Krishna, in which I'm doing the Bhagavad-Gita reading. I'm going to interface scripturally. I'm going to interface scripturally. When I say scripturally, it means with evidence that it is Lord Sriman Narayana who descends as Lord Ram in Treta Yuga, and then he descends as Lord Krishna in Dwapara. All right. If I told you that I am only going to give you evidence from when God spoke, from God's own mouth. I'm not going to go to the Vedas where information was collated by Veda Vyas, although that information is equivalent to the information that the Lord is speaking. Why should I give you secondary information when I can give you straight from the mouth of the Supreme Lord? So I've been running this satsang. I'm only going to use the Bhagavad Gita as principal evidence. What principal evidence mean? First, I will take it from the mouth of the Supreme Lord himself. And Lord Shri Krishna in chapter 10, verse 31. Chapter 10, verse 31. Somebody always try to move my page, that is why. Yeah, before, oh, the fan. I thought somebody did it for the Guru, you know. Every time you open the Bhagavad Gita, I don't trust this as it is, people. Okay, we scientifically based. And then just on that note, yesterday and day before yesterday, I had a huge problem with my right eye. I couldn't open it. And when I was opening it to light, I was getting a contracting pain. And then I said, no, this is karma, because last week I spoke about the eyes guru. And I said, maybe somebody sent my discourse to him, and he sent the bhabut. He did the ashes, Trisha, and he sent it into the guru's eyes. So I must not be functional for this Ram Navami. Yeah, so about 11 last night, I made a plea to the supervisors who supervise me and instruct me. And I told them, please, whatever the reason, I need to use both my eyes for the next 9 days of Ram Navami. And when I got up this morning, I was still holding my eye closed like this because the pain was tremendous. I managed to open my eye, and together with that, Mataji gave me prednisone, and I had 2 tablets because I want to see it tonight, I'm okay. I am okay. So the Guru goes through a whole lot of pain and suffering. Guru's life is not ideal. Sitting and giving discourses in front of these cameras, going international, no highlight for the Guru. Guru suffers throughout his Guruship. I just want to say hi to Ashmika. I hope she's allowed the phone there. She's watching. Yeah, a small tribute to her. When she came to the satsang, somehow she just became loyal before everyone else. Just straight loyal to the Guru. No matter what I told her, however I scolded her, whatever I did to her, I remember I called her Churail. And she was very upset. She cried, but she hung around and stuck around. Because sometimes gurus will do that. Alright? To keep you at the ashram, then gurus have to be hard. And I was just explaining to another devotee that there is a story in the Upanishad that when a disciple went to see the Guru said, come after 5 years. And then when he went there after 5 years, the Guru said, come back after 5 years. And he carried on like this, and 125 years passed. And you all got the opportunity to see the Guru, be with the Guru, touch the Guru's feet, drive the Guru around, feed the Guru, cook for the Guru. If you got all these opportunities and you don't take it, then it is your problem. It is your problem, because according to the Upanishad, even after 125 years, it is hard to be in the presence of a bona fide spiritual master. Alright? So it is up to you, Ashmika. Ashmika keeps sending me reports, which is good, but I do not respond. I do not respond and I do not inquire. No response and no inquire. I'll never phone anybody that's sick and say, how are you? After I bless you. Because I'm confident that if I ask you, how are you? Then I took a chance. I don't take chances. Once I bless you, once I fix you, once I sort you out, I can't ask, how are you? How's your children? How's your family? If you brought that assignment to me, it is 100% sorted. Alright? So I want to read in these satsangs, time flies, and I know it's a bit stressful, but I also want you to see, if you look at all the villages in India, people are very, very poor. They would have walked about 2 hours after work to go sit in a satsang. And they'll never rush to go back home. Trisha can't imagine how somebody can walk for 2 hours. 2 hours Trisha is about 10 kilometers. Trisha can't imagine. Walking 10 kilometers to a satsang. It's inconceivable to Trisha. Alright? So, here's verse 31, and it is Lord Sri Krishna himself speaking, and he says, of moving things I am the wind. Of those who bear weapons, I am Rama. Of fishes, I am Makara, and of rivers, I am Ganga. But I don't know in which year we'll be discussing chapter 10, verse 31. Avir might have a beard like me. Alright? But when I come there, I'm going to discuss in detail. I just brought you here so that you are hearing from Lord Shri Krishna himself, not from saints and sages, because you would have seen by these two saints or sages how they can misinterpret and create a false narrative in the world. So I want to confirm that it is Lord Shri Krishna himself who is stating that he is Lord Ram. He can't mean any other thing in the verse, can he? If he is talking about Rama, Vasan, he can't be talking about your 45th connection Rama. Vas? You know your 45th connection Rama? The Bhagavad-Gita can't be talking about him. He will be talking about the 7th avatar. He'll be talking about the 7th avatar. Then, what was the purpose for this descent? What was the purpose for the Lord Ram descent? What was the purpose? First purpose is always to restore Dharma. That means in Treta Yuga, before Lord Ram could descend into the material universe, Dharma was in a problem. Because only when when Dharma turns to Adharma, does the Supreme Lord take various manifestations. And his 7th manifestation is as Lord Ram. Because Ravana was causing havoc. In this universe, Ravana was causing havoc. So he took his birth to re-establish Dharma. But when the Supreme Lord descends, he does a million things simultaneously. His descent is to fix up a million other things together. So Lord Ram came to teach humanity how to worship the Murti of Ranganatha. The Murti of Ranganatha. And the Murti of Ranganatha is in the reclining form of Lord Vishnu. Is in the reclining form of Lord Vishnu. It came from Satya Loka. Satya Loka is the first dimension where Lord Brahma lives. There are 6 dimensions above us. It came from the first dimension through Ikvasku, the son of the sun, God, and people forgot how to worship him. People forgot how to worship him. So that was another of the reasons that Lord Ram took his birth. Then If you remember, Jaya and Vijaya, they were doorkeepers of Lord Sriman Narayana. And when they were cursed, they said they will be demons on earth and they will be killed by the Supreme Lord for 3 lifetimes. So the first lifetime was Hiranyakasipu. The second lifetime now is Ravana and his brother. And there's one more which is in the Dwapara Yuga when Lord Shri Krishna kills them again. Sisupula and his brother. So it is Jaya and Vijaya, and this was preordained, and the Lord Narayan now comes as Lord Ram in the second killing of the demon. Can you see how scientific? Can you see how structured? Can you see how meticulous Sanatan Dharma is? Can you see the Ramayan interfacing with the Bhagavad-Gita? Meticulously, without a comma being moved, without a semicolon. Can you see it? All of you all can see it. Can you see why I am so strict? When gurus or impersonators text torture to suit another narrative. Can you see the beauty of Sanatan Dharma? Everything is in a frequency. Everything is mathematical. Everything is mathematically absolute. Everything is mathematically absolute. This universe is constructed with algebra, trigonometry, geometry. This universe is mathematically perfect. Trisha, when you are a small girl, the moon should chase you as you should run, Trisha. How many of you all had that experience? That same moon around the world has chased many, many. Alright? Talking about the moon, all my devotees got a moon problem. What's another word for the moon? No. Luna. Okay, Dana is Shyam. Dana is Vasan's uncle, Vasudeva's uncle. Dana is Shyam. Okay, we are understanding the many reasons for the descent of Lord Ram. You understanding? Then quickly, I want to find, as I said, I'm going modern now. I'm going to use the, what you call this? Tablet. Instead of foraging through hundreds of scriptures, I'll just use the tablet and give you evidence. So, in the Krishna Upanishad, which Upanishad? And the Krishna Upanishad is in the Atharva Veda, one of the Vedas. It is stated that Lord Ram and Lord Krishna are the same person. In which Upanishad? Krishna Upanishad. And it is also stated there that, remember, Lord Ram went to see many sages and he couldn't finish his association. And many sages wanted to be embraced. But because Lord Ram took the position of an ideal person, there was no hugging, Vasan. No hugging. Because he took the position of an hygiene person, there was no hugging. But he told them, if you want to hug me, I'll come back in Dwapara you. So all the gopis, beautiful ladies, were men in, that is, I told you, Sanatan Dharma, no mistake. No mistake. Meticulous, 100% scientific, logical. Alright? So those sages that Lord Ram could not embrace, he embraced them as the gopis in Dwapara. Okay? Just check the meaning of gopis. Then in the Padma Purana, it is mentioned that Lord Krishna, Lord Ram are non-different from the Supreme Para Brahma, which is Lord Sriman Narayana. And then there's the Ram Rahasya Upanishad. Ram Rahasya Upanishad, which confirms both are the incarnations of the same Param Brahma. And then direct connection from Ram to Krishna. There was a bear, the bear king in the Ramayana. There was a bear king in the Ramayana, Jambavan. Jambavan, and he wanted to fight Lord Ram, and Lord Ram tells him, you won't fight now, but we will fight in my next incarnation. And there is a fight with the same Jambavan, this bear king, in the Mahabharata, where Lord Krishna fights him non-stop for 20 days and 20 nights. Lord Ram is the 7th avatar of Lord Sriman Narayana, who follows strict rules of Dharma to set an example. Who follows strict rules of Dharma to set an example. And Lord Krishna the eighth avatar who changes the rule to suit his Leela. Who changes his rules to suit his Leela. In Lord Ram, you could not find out that he was Lord Sriman Narayana. He never manifests any supernatural powers. But in Lord Krishna showed Arjuna his supernatural powers. And while he was a young boy, Yajvan's age, he fought with a few demons and demonic entities. Yes? So I wanted on this first night to interface and bring together the two descents or avatars of the Supreme Lord and show that the scriptures, the Lord Ram is directly connected to the Bhagavad-Gita. I wanted to show Lord Ram is directly connected to the Bhagavad-Gita because I stated and I continue to state that the Bhagavad-Gita is embedded in everyone. And as we move on, every celebration that we have, I'll connect it directly to the Bhagavad-Gita to prove the point that the Bhagavad-Gita is embedded in everything, in the universe, and in everyone. So tomorrow we'll start chapter 2, I think verse 3, 4. Tomorrow we'll start with verse 4 of the Bhagavad-Gita, after I have brought in that there is no difference between Lord Ram and Lord Sri Krishna. I think we are the first ashram in the world to be doing Bhagavad-Gita reading in Ram. No, alright? So I'll talk every day, I'll talk 10 minutes on the Ramayan and Lord Ram, and 20 minutes we'll do a Bhagavad-Gita verse. One verse or two verses for the next 20 minutes or 25 minutes. Okay, are there any questions? Any questions? So we're going to try and keep our discourses short on the weekdays, and I can always cover up the time on the weekends, so that you all have equal amount of time listening to my discourse and eating. And eating. I don't want to eat into your eating time. Jai Shriman Narayana.